Hello.
Hello,
Hi. What's your name?
my name is Zora.
Zora. Nice to meet you. I'm Maureen.
Thank you.
And where are you from, Zora?
I'm from Armenia.
Oh, okay. Welcome to my class.
Thank you.
Have you taken any verbling classes before?
What?
Have you taken any verbling classes before?
Yes, yes. Uh, already I have learned 2 weeks.
Great. And let's see, we have Raphael back with us. Hi, Raphael.
Hi again.
Good to see you again. How are you?
I'm fine.
What have you been up to today?
Okay, I'm already at work because it's
Oh,
early in the morning. It's 8 a.m. in Brazil.
uh-huh.
And since I have nothing to do here, I can study. There's no problem.
Great. They let you study English while at work?
Yes.
That's amazing. And what kind of work do you do?
Uh, I used to work as a math teacher, but not anymore, thank God. And now I work in the office of a public university in the human resources department. I'm
Oh,
not going to lie. I'm not going to lie. I miss teaching, but when I remember my past experiences, I know that I made the right choice. I don't want to teach anymore.
oh wow. So you don't think you'll go back to teaching?
No, no, because of the wild behavior of teenagers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, um, I definitely felt the same way when I taught at a public high school. It's very challenging to teach at that age. It's much easier to teach people who are motivated to learn, like adults or other students who really want to learn English,
For sure.
like on Verbling. Well, that's
Yes.
great. And let's see, we've got Carmen here with us. Hi, Carmen.
Hi, Maureen. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. And where do you come from, Carmen?
I'm from Spain.
From Spain. Nice. Which part of Spain?
I'm from the south. I'm in the extreme south of the country, the coast.
Mm-hmm. Is there a big city nearby, or do you live in a big
Granada.
city?
I don't know if you are, if you have been here. It is a very touristic destination. Granada is the
Oh,
name.
yeah, I have been actually. Most of my students know this, but I lived in Spain for 1 year.
Uh-huh.
So I started my career teaching English in Spain.
Uh-huh. Which city?
I was in the north, in Vigo,
Uh-huh. Mhm.
which is very different from Granada.
Yeah, it is.
I think I would prefer to live in the south of Spain because I like the architecture and the culture, and I think the food is pretty good in the south.
It is. It is everywhere. But right now in summer, if you are in the city and not in the coast, like I am right now, it's really, really hot.
Yes. It's also very hot where I am. I'm here in Germany visiting some friends for the summer, and it's very hot and humid. You can see I'm kind of sweaty. So I want to go back to the coast because I'm from California and I
Uh-huh.
live right on the beach, so I'm not used to such hot weather in the summer. I'm used to the cool ocean breeze.
Yeah, it's refreshing. Yeah.
And let's see, we also have Antonio here with us. Hi, Antonio.
Hello, teacher. Hello, everyone.
And where are you from, Antonio?
I'm from Spain too,
Oh, another person from Spain. And which part are you from?
in the north, in Zaragoza.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've never visited Zaragoza, but I do have some friends that come from there, and they told me about the wind. It's very windy there.
Yes. The weather is very windy and hot in the summer and cold in the winter.
Mm-hmm.
We have
Yes.
everything here.
Yeah, Spain has all the weather. I remember when I moved there, everyone was expecting me to be very tan because they expect Spain to be sunny and hot. But as you Spaniards know, Galicia is very rainy and cold.
Yes.
And so I was not prepared for that, not coming from California to the rainy cold of Vigo. I think
Okay.
that's why I would prefer to live in a place like Valencia or something with the sun and the beach.
There are a lot of humidity, and in there, here the hot is dry.
Yeah, like a desert kind of heat.
Yes.
Carmen says she can't hear. Carmen, okay, she's going to log in and log out and log back in. Hopefully that will work. Okay, and so let's get started. We'll see if Carmen can join us. And we're going to be doing a quick write today. And this is a class where, oh, Carmen, can you hear us now?
Yes, I can.
Excellent, excellent.
Mhm.
Okay, and so today we are going to do a quick write, which means I'm going to give everyone about 15 to 20 minutes, probably about 20 minutes actually, because we have a smaller class today, so we don't need as much time at the end to go over all of our writing. And then we're going to share them with the class in the chat. But I will ask you not to post your writing until it's your turn. So this is an intermediate class, and this will give you a chance to practice your writing using your vocabulary, and then we'll go over what you've written to improve your phrasing. So I'm going to give you the prompt now. It's in the Verbling chat. Okay. There you can see the prompt for today's quick write is, have you ever made a change that improved your life or the lives of others? Write an essay that convinces readers to make a change for the better. So I'm going to also post this in the Google Plus chat, but just so everyone knows, I prefer to use the Verbling chat because then other students who are watching this video can see what you've written. So let's get started. If you have any questions, you can type them in the chat, or just, we're going to take 20 minutes. So you can write on your computer and then you'll paste it into the chat when it's your turn to discuss. Okay? And try to really challenge yourself to use interesting vocabulary, maybe include an idiom if you've learned any idioms by studying on Verbling. And don't be afraid to try something imaginative or creative with your writing, and we'll go over any mistakes you might have and help you improve. Okay, so I'm going to turn off my camera, but I'll be here if you have any questions. So you can all just get started, and I'll see you in 20 minutes.
And how much should I write?
As much as you can in 20 minutes. So really challenge yourself to write as much as possible and be creative, use new vocabulary, and don't stop until I say that we're going to share our responses, okay?
Okay.
Where is we must write?
You can type on your own computer, and then you'll copy it and paste it into the chat.
Okay.
Okay, is everyone finished with their writing or do you need more time?
I,
Antonio, have you
I
finished?
yes,
Excellent.
I
Okay.
I make a mistake and press the enter and put the half of my test. Okay, I
Okay.
I put it.
So yeah, actually, let's see here. Oh, that's good. Antonio, we're going to use
Okay.
the Verbling chat actually. So if you see on the left-hand side of your computer screen, there's a little blue button with a V, the letter V.
I'll try. Shall I put on the Berlin chat?
Yes, please.
Okay, I done. Yes.
Excellent.
Okay. Nowadays there are a lot of. Shall I start to read? No.
Please.
Nowadays, there are a lot of people using eco-friendly products, and many companies use the color green packaging his product as well. However, I don't trust in this way of behavior and in these companies. In my opinion, the actions have to reach even more far away. Governments have to make people to be aware of the situation and what is more, make compulsory for companies improve the research to find eco-friendly alternatives. Besides, if I had more money, I will use more eco-friendly products, although they are expensive. On the other hand, it's impossible to stop the progress, and well, we all realize it is upset traveling by bus or waste of time spend 15 minutes waiting for it. In conclusion, people has to change his way of behavior against the herd and try to be more reasonable with the natural resources.
Ah, very interesting. So this is a very important topic and very much discussed topic in our modern day about using eco-friendly products. And so when you're describing something with two adjectives like eco and friendly together, you want to put the dash between them. So it's going to look like that,
Okay,
eco-friendly products.
I forgot it.
Sure, no problem. Okay, so when we start a sentence with a phrase like, with a word like nowadays, which is a transitional word, you have to put a comma after it, okay?
Yes.
So nowadays there are, like this, okay? I don't know
Yes.
why it always posts what I write twice, so I apologize for that. But nowadays there are, so I'm going to read your whole writing your whole essay all together. I'm going to read it, and then I'll go over it to show you any things that you need to change, okay? So I'm just going
Yes.
to go through and read the whole thing right now. Nowadays, there are a lot of people using eco-friendly products, and many companies use the color green packing his products as well. However, I don't trust in this way of behavior and in this company's. In my opinion, the actions have to reach even more far away. Governments have to make people be aware of the situation and, what is more, make compulsory for companies to improve the researches to find eco-friendly alternatives. Besides, if I had more money, I will use more eco-friendly products, although they are more expensive. On the other hand, it is impossible to stop the progress, and we will all realize it is upset traveling by bus or a waste of time. Spend 15 minutes waiting for it. In conclusion, people has to change his way of behavior against the earth and try to be more reasonable with the natural resources. Okay, so you did a really great job of arguing for eco-friendly products, and I think you have a lot of good points, but there's a couple of small issues with grammar, and we're going to talk about those right now. So, Nowadays, there are a lot of people using eco-friendly products, and many companies use the color green. Okay, so companies, going to be spelled, the plural of company is, it changes from a Y to an I, and you add ES.
Yes.
Okay, companies
Okay.
use the color green packing his products as well. Okay, so here we have the relative pronoun his. And that would be if we were referring to a company that was a man or a guy. So we don't know if it's male or female because, as you probably know, we don't have gendered nouns in English. So we have to say packing their products. So this one is really difficult. When to use they and their? Well, when you're talking about a group, but also when you are talking about a non-gendered entity or non-gendered, I don't want to say person, but like a company, a non-gendered entity, you can use they or their. For example, when you're talking about students who are attending university, you can say, students attending university must come prepared. They need to bring a computer and their textbooks. Okay, in this case we use they and their because you're referring to a group of both male and female students.
I usually make this mistake.
Yeah, I think it's a common mistake for Spanish speakers because in Spain you have gendered nouns, male or female, masculine or feminine nouns. So it can be tricky, and this is a mistake that even native speakers of English sometimes can make. So,
Therefore.
So, and many companies use the color green packing their products as well. However, I don't trust in this way of behavior. So instead of saying in this way of behavior, it sounds a little awkward to say that. So it's better to say in this way of behaving.
Okay.
And using the gerund form, the ing form of to behave. Okay, I don't trust in this way of behaving and in these companies. So here we have another really common mistake for Spanish speakers. There's a difference between the word this and these.
Yes.
Okay? So it can be difficult for Spanish speakers to hear the difference between this, which is a demonstrative pronoun such as this cup or this class. And then you're talking about these, which is the more plural form, these companies, more than one. Okay?
Okay.
So to say in these companies. Okay. In my opinion, there should be a comma there. In my opinion, the actions have to reach even more far away. Okay, so we've talked before in my quick write classes about comparatives and superlatives. So comparatives are you're comparing, for example, my dinner was better than my breakfast.
Yes.
Okay? And then you have superlatives like dinner is the best meal of the day. Okay, good, better, best. In this case, you're talking about more far. So I think you might not be familiar with this word, but we actually have a sort of old-fashioned word that means more far, and that's farther.
Okay.
This is an old-fashioned word from like the Old English that remains to this day. So we say, in my opinion, the actions have to reach even farther away.
Okay.
Okay, so governments have to make people be aware of the situation, and what is more, make compulsory for companies to improve, make compulsory for companies to improve the researches. Okay, so to research is a verb,
Yes.
but the noun form is studies. So researchers do research and they perform studies.
Okay.
So this is a common mistake I see, students using the word researches. That's not really a word in English. We would say studies, to improve the studies to find eco-friendly alternatives. I agree with you. Besides, if I had more money, I will use more eco-friendly products. Okay, so maybe someone from the class might be able to tell me. Any guesses from the class? It has to be I would, okay? Because this is a hypothetical situation. If I had more money, this is hypothetical, it's not real. If I had more money, I would use more eco-friendly products. So if I something, 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 I would. Because these are all conditional. I think you have the same concept in Spanish, because I remember having a difficult time learning this in Spanish. Okay, back to your writing. If I had more money, I would use more eco-friendly products, although they are more expensive. On the other hand, it is impossible to stop the progress, and we'll all realize, do you mean, well, we all realize?
No.
You say we?
No, it's we all.
Yeah,
It's a
I see.
mistake. The
Just
L.
a little typo. We all realize it is upset traveling by bus. I think upset is not the exact right word. You could say it is upsetting, but I think it would be better to say it is difficult traveling by bus. It is difficult traveling by bus, or a waste of time spending 15 minutes. Okay, so you have to use one of those gerund forms, the ing. Wait is a waste of time, spending 15 minutes waiting for it. In conclusion, people has to change. Okay, people is plural, so our verb needs to match our subject, so it's people have to change, okay? People have to change their way of behavior against the earth and try to be more reasonable with the natural resources. Okay, so natural resources, it's kind of what you would call an uncountable noun, because we don't have one natural resource or two natural resources. We just have the uncountable noun, natural resources. So when you have a uncountable noun in the plural, you do not need to have an article. So you can just say people. That one's also really tricky, and I think I'm going to try to have a class about when to use definite and indefinite articles to give my students a chance to practice that. So when I return from my trip, you should look out for a class of mine about definite and indefinite articles if you're interested. But excellent job, Antonio, and I agree with you 100%. And I think you are well on your way to becoming a very effective writer in English.
I'll try it.
It's good practice. It's very good practice.
But I have an extra exam in September.
Oh, you have an exam? Okay. Yeah, well, you know, if you keep practicing and writing on your own and looking out for the troublesome areas, and for Spanish people, that tends to be spelling, because English pronunciation and spelling are just so strange. Also, verb tenses, so you have a pretty good command of which verb tenses to use, but also little things like when to use the definite or indefinite articles. Okay, very good job, Antonio. And
okay,
now you're welcome. And on to Carmen. Carmen, could you post what you've written in the VerbLink chat, please? Excellent. Okay, and when you're ready, Carmen, if you can turn on your microphone and read it aloud for us.
Okay, let me know if you can hear me, Maureen, because I'm having problems with this.
I can hear you. Can everyone hear
Can you
Carmen?
hear me?
Yes.
I guess making a change implies a major turnaround. I think till now I've actually not made a spin big enough to change others people's life or even my own. But these days are being the anteroom for it, and I can't be more excited than I am right now. Affecting the lives of others in a positive way through your work is doubtlessly a desirable goal. I never got to realize this till I didn't experience the benefits from others' dedication and its deep effect on me. That's why I've decided to become a teacher and share my knowledge and enthusiasm with people willing to widen their limits and feed their brain and soul with the food of words. Education never was an interesting field for me. I used to consider myself too serious or impatient, perhaps, to deal with docile teenagers or noisy kids, and I never contemplated the possibility to teach adults. Maybe I've had to wait to become an adult myself and having this endless thirst to learn to realize I want to help others in my situation. Knowledge, as many other gifts in life, reaches its higher assessment when you finally have something to apply it on, when you have the strength to push the door that its key is for, and when you have suffered its lack. So nowadays I'm about to start this new road, and I'll try my best to be able to give back to students all the good that I've received from my teachers and professors.
Wow, excellent. And what kind of teacher are you becoming?
I want to teach Spanish to foreigners.
Excellent. Oh, I think you're going to be great. I feel the same way about my job. I didn't realize I
Thank you,
wanted to
Maureen.
be, you're welcome. I didn't realize I wanted to be a teacher until I realized I could work with adults, because everyone thinks of a teacher being in charge of a group of children, and I didn't really want to do that. So it's an excellent career choice.
Mhm.
Okay, so let's go over what you have here. There were not very many mistakes in your writing, but we'll go over the ones, and I'm going to read the whole thing. So, actually, you know what? I'm just going to read it over and come across any errors that I see in
Okay.
order to save time so we can also hear from Zorat. Okay, so I guess making a change implies a major turnaround. So turnaround in this case is actually all one word, because you're referring to the idea of a turnaround as a noun. Okay, so you can just use put it all together. Um, I think till now, okay, so when we are speaking, we always say, I'm going to wait till 8 p.m. But the truth is, it's short for the word until. So when you are writing, you have to write the complete word. Till or til is not correct. So make sure to include the full form, until, when you are writing. Okay? I think until now, I've actually not made a spin big enough to change other people's lives. Okay, so we have others. Here it says others people life, but we need to say other people's lives. Okay, so the lives belong to the other people,
True.
and people is plural, so we make it into lives. Each of the people has their own life. Other people's lives, or even my own. But these days are being the anteroom for it, and I can't be more excited than I am right now. Okay, so when we're talking about a possibility, even if it's a negative possibility, then you're going to use what's called the conditional. I could.
Okay.
Though you're talking about a hypothetical situation of being more excited, even though you're saying it's in the negative, it's still hypothetical. So you need to say, I couldn't be more excited. Just like in English when we use the common expression, I can't care less, we say I couldn't care less because it's a hypothetical.
Okay.
I think the difference between when to use can and will and could and would is very confusing, so I highly recommend that you review that, especially if you have to take an exam. Okay?
Okay.
Affecting the lives of others in a positive way through your work is doubtlessly a desirable goal. I never got to realize this until I didn't experience the benefits from others' dedication and its deep effect on me. So effect almost always goes with the preposition effect on. So it had an effect on me, not of me.
Okay.
But when you were reading it, you did say on, so it makes me think that that was just a typo, and you do know that it's effect on me.
Yeah.
That's why I've decided to become a teacher and share my knowledge and enthusiasm with people willing to widen their limits and feed their brain and soul with the food of words. Wow, that's very poetic of you. Education was never an interesting field for me. I used to consider myself too serious or impatient, perhaps, to deal with tousled teenagers or noisy kids. So what does tousled mean to you?
I wanted to mean something like they are rebel, they are moving, and they have this revolution inside of themselves. They revolt, they are like hormone affected or something like that. I don't know how to say that in English.
Yeah, I'm not sure that tousled is the right word, but I'll try to think of, because tousled, it means like disordered or messy. So in that sense, it kind of works for teenagers, but we almost always use it to refer to hair. Tousled and disordered, it's kind of like a style. If you know the band One Direction, Harry Styles, his hairstyle is very tousled. That's tousled hair. So I'm not sure that's the right word, but we can come back to that and try to think of a good adjective for these teenagers. A good way to put it might be rough, and a phrase we say in English, rough and tumble. And it's sort of an old-fashioned slang phrase to mean they're sort of messy and loud and they're rebellious, they're rough and tumble.
Okay, perfect.
But this is a very American thing to say, just to let you know. Rough and tumble is very American. Or noisy kids, and I never contemplated the possibility to teach adults. I would say it'd be better, it's not incorrect what you wrote, but it's better to say I never contemplated the possibility of teaching adults. Okay, it's fine what you wrote, it's correct, but it sounds better to say of teaching adults.
Okay.
Maybe I've had to wait to become an adult myself and having this endless thirst to learn, to realize I want to help others in my situation. Knowledge, as many other gifts in life, reaches its higher assessment when you finally have something to apply it to. This should be apply it to. Again, one of those sort of phrasal verbs that can be really tricky when learning English. When you have the strength to push the door that its key is for, and when you have suffered its lack, okay? Suffered its lack. So nowadays I'm about to start this new road, and I'll try my best to be able to give back to students all the good that I've received from my teachers and professors. Wow, I think that's beautiful. I want to like give you a round of applause because I really
Thanks,
like.
Maureen.
You're welcome. Excellent job. And as you can see, there's only a few small errors. I like that you challenged yourself to use new vocabulary.
Hmm.
If you are interested in new vocabulary, I highly recommend trying to read a book in English.
Yeah.
Also, reading magazines. When I lived in Spain, I learned a lot of vocabulary from reading Harry Potter in Spanish because it
Uh-huh.
has such rich vocabulary. And I also would buy Spanish magazines because I learned slang and idiomatic expressions from that. So
Sure.
that might be something for you to look into.
Perfect. Thank you, Maureen.
You're welcome. Okay, and in our last few minutes, let's hear from Zorab. Could you post what you've written in the Verbling chat, please? Okay, here, I'm going to copy and paste it over to the Verbling chat so that everyone can see it. And Zorab, could you please read it aloud for us?
It is important for us that it is first for us. Can you see?
Mm-hmm. I just posted it into the Verbling chat, so you can read it from either place. Because the Verbling chat's available to everyone watching this class, and it's useful for them to be able to see what you have
I have
written.
no problem.
Okay. Please continue.
It is important for us that we often change our life for developing. For example, you can get new profession or new skills. Maybe thinking I want to learn English language for passing eyes because it gives us huge opportunity to change our life and live. Why I want to pass the exam? Because I am going to emigrate to Canada, which could change all our life because Canada is one of the democratic countries in the world, and Canada has developing economy which give me uh, a lot of opportunity to get many good jobs and create new your own business. I want also to tell advantages this idea to emigrate to Canada. There have a lot of opportunity to get new profession and it give us that we can easy find well paying jobs. So I think that it is good opportunity that you can change your life and when you emigrate to Canada. And I stay same opinion that it is more essential when you want to learn new foreign language. In my case, it is English, and it could change our life and live to better uh, because it give us to have better job than we have. So do it and start now. And I could give you advice that when you want to learn English, it will be more useful to connect verbally.
Great. Excellent. Wow, that's a very powerful statement too. So you're immigrating to Canada. You're going to go to Canada?
Yes, yes, you are right. It is
Wow.
really.
It's true. That's incredible. So I'm going to help you with a couple of the small mistakes that I found. So I'll read it and go over it in the last couple of minutes, okay? It is important for us that we often change our life for developing. I think it would be better to say it is important for us that we often change our life to develop, okay? And use the infinitive form. For
Okay.
example, you can get a new profession, okay, or new skills. In this thinking, I want to learn English language. You can just say English, and we'll know you mean the language. So you don't need to say English language. I want to learn English for passing. Again, it'd be better to say I want to learn English to pass. It's like saying in order to pass, IELTS, because it gives us a huge opportunity to change our life and live. Why I want to pass that exam? Because I'm going to immigrate to Canada, which could change all our life, okay, which could change all our lives. So you have to make it plural. If it's plural, you want to say all our lives. Because Canada is one of the democratic countries, okay? So it's one of many, so this needs to be plural. Democratic countries. And just like companies, country changes from a Y to IES. Okay, in the world. And Canada is a country of many people, but it's still seen as one country. So you need to use the third person singular. Canada has a developing economy. Okay? Which gives, again, third person singular, because we're talking about Canada, which gives me a lot of opportunity to get many good jobs and create is spelled C-R-E-A-T-E, create your own business. So you can say to start your own business might be better to say. Okay, we usually say start your own business. Okay, I know we're going over time. I'm just going to try to wrap this up. I want also to tell advantages this idea to immigrate to Canada. Okay, you can say there is a lot of opportunity. Okay, there's a lot of opportunity to get a new profession, and it gives us that we can easy find well-paying jobs. You can say, and it gives us the chance that we can easily find. So easily in this case is an adverb, so you need to be find, because it modifies the verb to find, well-paying jobs. So I think that it is a good opportunity that you can change your life and live when you immigrate to Canada. And I stay the same opinion, that it is more essential when you want to learn a new foreign language. In my case, it is English, and it could change our life and live. So I would just say it could change our lives to better, or change our lives for, really commonly in English, change our lives for the better. Because it gives, it is third person singular, so we need to say it gives us, and add third person singular. It gives us to have better jobs than we have. It gives us the chance to have better jobs than we have. So do it and start now. And I could give you advice that when you want to learn English, it will be more useful to connect to verbling. Okay? So to connect to verbling. Okay, so we went over our time a little bit, and Antonio had to leave, but thank you all for coming to this quick write, and I will see you next time. I hope you learned something useful. Keep writing and keep practicing your English, and I'll see you in a future class, I hope.
Thank you, Maureen. Bye.
You're welcome.
Thank
Take
you
care.
very much.
Bye.
Bye.